I don't think Sheoldred makes any difference. It has to be this one. We get them back. I'm going for this play. This is huge if we can resolve this. Contrary to how it looks, it's actually our permanent, but this is the value, man. This is the value. And they need to discard again. That means their hand is pretty good. Mindspice Apparatus. And we get to proliferate. That means Jace can -2 again. Absolutely. And when they replay it, we can disfigure, which is amazing. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today Dimir that will remind you why you love Magic so much. This is a true control deck with card draw, discarding cards, drawing cards, removing creatures and countering spells for the final Jace or Sheoldred that will close the game. It looks simple, but I'll tell you, man, those were some of the most epic games I've had in a while. Every single game was fun and interesting, and I think we will have a great entertainment. This is what Magic is about. So let's go into the games, but before that, we have a little bit extra for you today, because the last game that you will see will be without any voiceover, without commentary. The last game will be how I hit Mythic this season, and you will see a Sloth in the natural habitat. Alright, spoiler alert, it won't be very quick, alright? So if you ever wondered how I play in my free time, like without camera, without commentary, this is how I play Magic seriously. So I think it will be an interesting one. So yeah, let's go into the games, and thank you guys for being here. You guys are super awesome, and yeah, I think this Dimir will just make, every one of us happy, so have fun. Alright, let's set. We're on the draw. Not the best draw ever. But I also think it's not the material for the mulligan, just because we have some lands, we have removal, we have a Jace that can draw more cards, and Render Inert to, not do anything right now. It could be a Planeswalker removal sometimes. So yeah, with Sewers we should be able to find the answers. Maybe we go for the River on turn 2, or maybe we go risky and just doubled. Okay, never mind. I probably will need to defend. But with this figure, maybe, we definitely don't need more lands. Yeah, maybe we can just disfigure something, because this will be mono green in some aggro version or ramp version. It's not like... Yeah, let's go with this one. Interesting one. I could kill this, but I don't think we need to right now. If they ramp into something, let's see what the something is. Here's the Hydra. Alright, that's... oh man. They won't... I tell you, man. Render Inert, just my absolute hard counter to the Hydra. And... let's check the wording, because I think I know how it works. Equal to its power, but man, you have no power here. So we have so many ways to go around it. I could just Jace this and keep some, advantage for the next turns. This will be 4 loyalty. Or just Render Inert, and it's even better. Yeah, I think this is just perfect. Oh boy. Man, our opponent is so unlucky just to hit exactly the card that nobody plays into his cool Hydra that he finally ramped into the game. I didn't play Jace because they might have more haste creatures. Oh, this is kinda scary, huh? I think we need to go with this one. They can deal some damage with this. When this dies, right? So we can bounce it. I really want to keep Jace, cast Jace into the battlefield, because I think we will need some extra value soon. I just need to survive next 2 turns, because we have extremely nice situation. We just need to survive. Jace might get hit by, some damage, but I hope it's not higher than 5, even with some haste. Alright. 2 damage is okay. And Ward 1 is not a big deal. Not a big deal. Alright, so this is our moment to shine. We will disfigure when they recast it, right? That's the plan. I mean, let's start with it. Okay. I know everything. So, we go with the sewers. Right? I think we care more about the draw. We don't activate anything right now. So let's go with this one first. You know, this can be a good card. I'll take it, because I hope we can make a good use of it. I can start drawing cards, you know. This should be good enough. Alright, what's the second one? Alright, this is the one. Sure. Alright. And we can do it after the combat phase, right? When they already waste the class, basically. What are you? I remember, so it puts the counter. But it has to be of those classes, right? So for example, this one is Dryad and Warrior, so it wouldn't get the counter. So very interesting. We don't mind it. Let's see. Man, if that's a swing on face, I will actually take it. Alright. Serum Snare. They don't have black mana, so I'm not going for the class. I don't expect a lethal here. Alright. Good pay. We just need one black for Disfigure. And we get to proliferate. That means Jace can -2 again. Absolutely. And when they replay it, we can Disfigure, which is amazing. Well, they want it, but they ain't getting it. Man, I like this play. When this is Dimir, I love this so much. They don't really get any value here. They don't have other plays, so they will pay. Exiling Graveyard is a smart choice, but for us it doesn't really make a difference. Jace Reawakened. That's a big one. That's a big one. Alright, I think I can cycle one of the lands. I need some good value cards right now. Alright, Citadel is great, but it's better to go for Reef this turn. Now we can mitigate this. They will only hit for, I think, two, right? Because they put 2 counters. So 2 damage doesn't kill any of the Planeswalkers, so we can kinda ignore them. Alright, when this becomes plotted. But it isn't, they just play it. It's a plant warlock, so it cannot be pumped, right? Alright, I don't see too much value in this. We have only 3 instants, so we need to be smart about them. Target creature you control deals damage, so it doesn't do anything. Whenever you attack target creature, so they will probably, yeah, they will go for level 2. But they need to target an attacking creature. Alright, let's see the targets. Because they need to target with this and with this. Yep, correct. I mean, that's a smart one. Let's go for the throat here. I don't want to lose loyalty if I don't have to. And nothing is attacking, right? I will seal Disfigure because this is a perfect turn to do it. Alright, and now we can start doing extra cards. We need to be smart about it because we don't have too many. And we need to make them work. Fountainport is a nice one. Let's keep cycling until we need intimidation campaigns and stuff like this. Sure, this is okay. Fountainport will start giving us the value, so I like it. I think we should be fine. We are getting so much cardo every turn, and when we Serum Snare, we can. What is now? You know, level 3. If you control a creature, no, you don't. Oh, you won't control it. All right, for a very long time. So here. We could make a fish, and I think it's better. I think it's just better. And we can start doing extra cards with this. Having a blocker with 2 Planeswalkers is a great play. And we don't want to waste this. Alright, so... I think we still cycle it. We have enough of Citadels. We have enough of Citadels, alright? Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's get this. I will keep this for the next cycling. And at some point we can -6 this, right? If we really want to. I could kill them, but that's not how we win the game. I will still smork, just a little bit. So our opponent needs a creature, preferably one with 4 power or higher. Then they start getting the value. And oh boy, they are good at drawing those. They are good at drawing those. So I think we go like this. Not super amazing. They cannot replay it on this turn, but they can on the next turn. So then we need to, you know, find some solutions by then. They gain life. So I'm happy I didn't try to go aggressive, because that would be a losing game plan. We can always take the fish later and chum block. So let's make fish, and then we can sacrifice them. Alright, now... Okay, I wanted to say that now we're talking, but, well, I just realized what's going on. I just realized what's going on. So first things first, 11 cards. I cannot get him to enough, because this mills 4 cards and this mills 3, so we can mill 7 cards, but that's only 18. It's fine, we'll just keep drawing more cards. I could attack with the Reef, I guess, but that's a super investment and I need 1 land for it. I wonder why they're thinking, is that an instant or something? Shelly. Shelly could be really nice here. Alright, let's go for it. I like this play. Sheoldred is a huge, you know, brick in the wall basically for them. Especially that we're starting to live game. With Jace Reawakened. Go for the Throat is a very nice one. I will keep the Jace. See? Alright, our opponent goes first, which is never a great sign, but we'll try to make it work. And this is probably blue, I would guess. Alright, Orzhov. Oh, so cute. Oh my god, that's so cute. Let's go with Reef first. Because it doesn't need, you know, to make... we don't need to make a decision. I really want to go into campaign. Let's get rid of the tap lands. And we probably need... Yeah, let's go for blue here. Because we have Jace, and at some point we will need triple blue mana probably. Up the Beanstalks. Our opponent also wants to draw a lot of cards. And I think we should be fine, right? We should be fine. Let's go for the black mana. And I don't think it's Invasion of Amonkhet yet. We want to hit it closer to them having like, you know, 1, 2, 3 cards. Because that hurts way more. Or preferably if we can stack multiples of those. Alright. Man, this will be scary. They are ramping, and they are ramping to something really painful for us. I need to be careful of Jace's because they have black core. Deadly cover-up is on the table. Alright, I can go for the Jace. And I will actually go for it, because that provides a lot of pressure, right? And we cycle. We cycle here. Because I want to make sure that I keep the right stuff. Sewers is nice, but super slow here. And I think we need to start cycling lands. So right now we force our opponent to answer Jace, which is usually a bit awkward for them. They probably have the ley line, right? 3, 4. They don't have red, so it's 2 mana. And they draw a card, so they will probably do it, but we still got, you know, basically extra value because we don't need land, so we kinda went 2 for 1 here, and we forced our opponent to not only be good enough to draw this card, which of course they did, but also to use it and, you know, spend some of their mana. I would love to draw more Invasion of Amonkhet so I can get them to 0 cards at some point. Man, they really don't like my Intimidation campaign, huh? I'm good at magic though. So what do we go for? I can force them to go Shelly, because this is the turn when they really want to draw a lot of cards. Listen, let's go. Let's go. And next turn is 6 mana, so we can double play those, so that's pretty cool. This is interesting play, I like it. It's smart, because the Intimidation campaign will draw a lot of cards during this kind of game. So I hope he won't, you know, that he didn't get the second ley line binding. I'm just looking at the card and the art. So if they don't have removal, and they kinda shouldn't because they have 4. Yep, sure. Let's go for blue mana here, I think. No, let's go for this one. And there is a chance they have 4 spot removal like this in the whole deck. They already drew 1, so this is a statistical draw. Yep, and this is how they need to respond to a single Sheoldred. They still are doing the card, but they got some damage. And you know, we are starting our stuff. Alright, so I'll go for this one. I don't target with Invasion. Let's go with this and see where we get. I can actually flip it on this turn, right? Because of Citadels, which is kinda insane when you think about it. Land? Well, I expected better cards in the end. And I'm pretty sure there are some creatures, right? This is why... No, why my Shelly is... Are you serious? So we can flip this, if we really want. Is that worth it? Or we just want to draw a card? Listen, I'm going for it. Just making sure 2 mana and 2 mana, right? Man, this split is so good. This is so unfortunate. I have Sheoldred exactly for this reason. Let's target this guy. Alright, Herd Migration from the top. That would be a very powerful card. Here, it's not the biggest deal, but it's still a 4/4, so we can start attacking for 8 if we really want to. And our opponent has a single draw, nothing more. So unless he's having a really good Mythic skill at drawing cards... Oh my god, this is so good. Man, he basically drew 2 cards, and now he's re-rolling again. So that's insanely good draw. Like, you don't see it yet, because he needs to cast something to get this, but when he does, you will see the difference. I need him to not hit extremely good for a single turn. Is that possible? Doesn't feel like it so far. Alright. Very interesting and extremely aggressive. And so, alright. So I think this is Intimidation Campaign into the attack, so we get it back. I could also kill this, but... Oh, Shelly. I mean, if they don't top the Clayline Binding, this is a winning play, probably. Alright, I'm going for it. Go. So Tear Asunder is absolute punish for this play. They need removal. Well. Man, it's hard to play. They have like 1 or 2 cards, random cards every turn, and they're getting infinite value with a single draw per turn. Cool. Oh, do we really play it out? I want to concede, because this is such a bad case of, you know, my opponent just basically winning the value game with a single top deck per turn, that I don't really want to play against it. He got literally everything. He drew 2 cards and he had, what, 6 or 7 cards from this? Like, I know this deck does those things, but you need to actually have all the pieces to get there, and he just draws them. If he messed for 2 turns, that would be absolutely easy. Honestly, I think we still win. Even despite all the things that happened here, I think we should win because we have Jace, and we have enough removal to stay afloat for a while. But it's rough, man. It's rough, man. So, what we will be doing here... I don't really care about Demolition Field on this turn. We kill Atraxa, because I want to mill my opponent as hard as possible. We will miss some mana on this turn, unfortunately, I think. I really want to start working on this guy while he is tapped, because we won't get occasions like this too often. Here we go. You like drawing cards? Some of them will be at the graveyard. Man, I'm scared. I think we can win this, but I'm not fully sure. Let's go for Citadel on blue mana, because we have a little bit more black mana here. Yeah. Alright, so every time he taps, we can punish him with milling, so that will make him, you know, a bit more wary. We can remove one of the creatures. They need to go for a very quick lethal. So the life gain won't so life gain will prevent our lethal on the damage front basically. So we need to start killing those. I honestly probably will discard the shores to Triumph to get more time, because I don't know how much I have. So let's discard a card and lower the lethal so we get more time to draw Jace. Don't forget Invasion also mills card. So if I draw Jace right now, I win the game. So let's be good at Magic like our opponent is. I mean, this is something, you know? This is something. They probably keep mana for removal, I would guess. And we can use Demolition Field and one of the Citadel. So this is nice. But I think we still need more. No. I want to get them back into my hand, right? So we will use Demolition Field here. Alright. This is what? 12, 13 damage. So we are not dead yet. Not dead yet. This is such a careful tap that we have to do here. Alright, Intimidation Campaign. It also life gains, so it helps us a little bit. Serum Snare, this is a very interesting one. Oh boy, this could be huge. If we can catch them at drawing cards, sure, that can punish them super hard. So I want to highlight other cards so they don't think I'm paying much attention to binding. And it also gets our campaigns back, right? Man, what a game. What a game. And it would be so easy if I just drew a Jace from the top. We have two of them, and each one of them will win the game right now because we have Invasion to mill the rest. So, choices. I can lower the lethal with Serum Snare. This is 10 damage. That means maybe we can survive 2 turns. I don't think we will. I think we need to, you know, go a bit harder than this. That's a huge hit, but we should be able to prepare. Atraxa. Alright, I don't think we will be able to mill them with Amonkhets only. Alright, let's think about it. I don't think we need to remove Atraxa, honestly. Let's see the cards. The better choice... Oh, Terra Sander. They like it, huh? They usually liked it. So I can go for the binding. So this is the moment to make a decision. And what is the best decision here? I don't think sure that makes any difference. It has to be this one. We get them back. That means more cards. I guess it doesn't, you know, super matter because we won't be able to use all the mana anyway. And Amonkhet basically draws the card as well. But you know, it feels smarter, right? Because we make them fizzle. But this is the play. And they're doing more cards. Man, if I force them to draw one more time. Okay, that didn't go exactly the same plan. I don't know what I was thinking, alright? But those things don't super matter. We just need to draw a Jace. I don't think we can go otherwise. What can I say? I'm just good at Magic. I will do it first, because we could Amonkhet to show how far we were. I could mill 8 cards with those, so this would be nearly lethal, but not exactly lethal. Alright, and let's go. Let's go for 5. Cause reasons. I think there is a card that maybe prevents death, but I'm not sure if it rotated or not. I mean, we will see in a second. This is scary for me. Please die. You dead, bro? Or okay. I told you, man. I think we're winning, but I honestly wanted to concede at this point where he drew Atraxa. Yeah, there was no Monoret. Not the best hand on our part, huh? No removal in Mythic. Are we crazy? I will try. I will try, but on the draw with no removal. Serum Snare is nice, but I fear it might be too slow. Let's go for the Shores. Extremely bad draw. We definitely, like, I can cut 2 lands from this hand and it would be great. So this is a better draw. Alright, you know what? At this point, I think we have some potential. Is that... so we don't know if that's an artifact deck or a Zorus control, but it feels like a Zorus control more. Do we go Invasion right now? I mean, it will get countered. There's no possibility to not draw a counter spell in your first 9 cards, right? As we all know. Alright, is there a chance? Are you saying there is a chance? Sure. And I drew a lot of basics. Like, I nearly don't have basics right now. So this is extremely important because that also opens Render Inert. And probably a Sheoldred if we want to flip it. Intimidation Campaign draw is huge. The discard didn't really, you know, make much difference, but at some point in the game it might make. Alright, I don't have 5 mana, I would Serum Snare this. But right now I think we will go... Man, this is so fun, I love this. Like, Dimir like this is just the best peak Magic experience ever. Let's go for Intimidation Campaign. And we need to get more value. Always more value. And I hope they will keep tapping out because they feel that they cannot prevent anything. Is that their main phase? Oh my god, that's so huge. And we are the one with a counter spell, huh? I'm going for this play. This is huge, if we can resolve this. It's not our opponent's permanent. Contrary to how it looks, it's actually our permanent. But this is the value, man. This is the value. And they need to discard again. And discard actually matters. So that means their hand is pretty good. Mindsplice Apparatus. Very interesting one. Alright, this means we need untapped land for this one. And let's Render Inert. I should check if there's a Sheoldred in my graveyard, but I'm sure there is a Sheoldred in my graveyard, right? Right, please? Yes? Okay. Man, I actually got scared. Alright, so this is a Sheoldred with a bit weird stats, but I promise you, it's exactly like Sheoldred, alright? It's the original card, just buy it from me. Alright, so we keep the counter spell, of course. And if we counter something, we can get the Intimidation Campaign. It's very scary turn. Our opponent activated everything. Tap land super hurts him. If we get another Render Inert, we can get rid of all the counters at some point in the game, but probably not the case. Alright. We untap. Oh man, that's kinda big. We can double counter spell, and honestly I think we might be forced to. Let's go for the blue mana here. Oh no, is that an Emperor? Well, probably not. Probably not. Not too much damage. I don't think we can go for Jace Reawakened. I think we just need to stack this, because oh boy, when they start casting Scrutinous, we won't like it at all. We need to, you know, choke them a little bit under the pressure from Sheoldred, and we need to make sure that this stays. Because they have only 4 cards, they probably have extremely limited ways of dealing with this. And I cannot tap, they probably wait for the tap. Full swing with my absolutely original 4/4 Sheoldred that has no differences to the card you want, alright? Oh boy. Trading Days of Magic. So let's go with the Reef. That can provide extra pressure on the next turn. And I still need 6 mana, so that means I cannot tap. Our opponent, I think he waits until I use some of my mana. Triple go for the first, probably not the draw of my dreams, you know? Against control. That's for 2 mana, huh? Must be nice. So, did they lowball this and they had it since 3 turns? Or they just drew it, which means this is the single only one? I'm honestly not sure. I will use the first one deliberately, and we will see if we will go this route or not. Because we have more Sheoldreds in the deck. We have more ways to force things, you know, for lethal. It's not easy to kill a control deck with just pure damage from Sheoldred and Reefs, but we can get there. I wish those were different cards. Of course, you need to play them against the aggro decks, but when you meet control, oh, it hurts. Root counter is fine. They only counter spell, which is a pure mistake, right? Because they have 3 counters, so they have 3 mana discount. They pay 2 mana and 1 chorus, so they wasted 2 mana discount, which is exactly the third mode. So they actually wouldn't need to pay anything extra. Oh boy. I will take action here. But do we counter it? I need to think about it. They can counterspell 1 more time. But that's it. And that also means they cannot do anything more. Listen, I will go super risky here. I'm not sure if that will win or lose the game. But I hope they don't have more answers. They probably have, to be absolutely honest. I would expect second Sunfall. But if they don't have any, you know, everything, well, that's not the worst. Alright, so that means we are in the game still. And this is the moment for Jace Reawakened. Please, get me some non-go for the throat cards. Please go away. Alright, so we will definitely, well, will we? I wanted to go Citadel for the Reef on the next turn, but maybe Fountainport is way better. We will definitely attack, right? That's 4 damage, that's not nothing. Do I go with the Reef for 10 damage and possibly lethal on the next turn? I should? I actually should. Right, we are not in the... Okay. I was scared that I missed the moment to do it. Let's roll. I mean, let's try. Oh man, the cards from the top were insane. This is 2 mana, draw 5 cards. Oh man, I'm so happy I did this. Alright, 8 damage. I mean, with Sheoldred it's probably maybe not as good as I thought it is, but it's fine. It's fine. Do I go Intimidation Campaign? If I go some... No, my friend. I know you have 1 card and nothing more. I have more options than you. So if we want to go Fountainport, we cannot really sacrifice anything, right? But then we can go Intimidation Campaign. Yeah, I like it quite a bit. It also pumps the extra damage, right? And we get more life gain. Probably not super meaningful, but I like this play. Alright, we are fully tapped. Our opponent has 2 random cards to win the game. And yep, you know why he was so eager to see his next card, because he knew that if that card won't change anything, this top deck didn't save him and he's out. And I mean, he's a ranked Mythic player, so, you know, decent. Alright, if you are not an intro skipper, you know what this game is. This is how I hit Mythic this season. You see the deck, it was the one showcased probably yesterday, and yeah, this will be a full no commentary, no voiceover game. I just wanted to say that if you want to watch me playing in a normal way, this is how I play, with no edits, no commentary. I actually really wanted to win this game, so yeah, I didn't even record other games, it was just for me. But this one, I thought it's special enough that, yeah, I wanted to show you. So if you were ever interested how I play, this is how I play seriously Magic, and if you want to skip it, that's fine. It's less entertaining than usually, so, you know, no hard feelings. So enjoy, guys, and have fun. Well, I hope you chilled for the last game. With the music and the board, it had something really charming in it. So I hope you enjoyed. And what about this deck? If you know anything about me, you know that I'm a biggest Dimir fan. This is always my favorite archetype. And with Intimidation Campaign in Invasion of Amonkhet, it couldn't hit harder for me. This is exactly the type of gameplay I want to keep playing forever, and I think you have seen why in the games today. This is magic for me. So before we go into in-depth analysis for the deck, I want to say a huge thank you for all the Patreons. I hope you guys really enjoyed this one. Like, thanks to your support, games like this and videos like this can be made. So thank you for that. And yeah, honestly, Jace Reawakened, of course it's not awakened, it reawakened, it was the second time. So this card really shows how much potential Jace has in the deck that has a lot of strong 3-drops. Both Intimidation Campaign and Invasion of Amonkhet, man, this card for 0 mana is just... It's just so good. So Jace Reawakened is a card that surprisingly always dies, but it's a good sign. It dies because it's so threatening that your opponent will make every bad play just to get rid of it, because it's so threatening, and usually that means you already drew the card. With this kind of deck, Jace Reawakened is amazing because you plot something which gives you an extra card, especially if Intimidation Campaign, this is recurring. So basically when you save mana, you save value because you have infinite value. Like with Intimidation Campaign and all of those cards, you can basically go infinite until the end of your library. So as long as you have mana to support it, you always get more value. And this is something that makes both Jace and all those, 3-drops so entertaining in this deck, especially if cards like, Disfigure. For example, if you played Cut Down in this particular spot, sometimes you just don't have the card, the target. Even if your opponent has a single Sheoldred in the board or something, you can still Disfigure it. And yeah, it doesn't do anything, right? But sometimes you can just go for Intimidation Campaign thanks to this, because it's a crime. So the fact that you can target it on literally every creature makes huge difference, because suddenly it becomes your cardo. And that also means, this figure hurts less if you hit the wrong matchup. I also had the idea of having something to gift a fish to my opponent, so I can, target something that he has. You cannot target your own creatures because it's not a crime. So yeah, I tried to get there, but I didn't see a card that really made sense in this deck, and also had gift a fish. It's actually super limited, the cards that gift. So yeah, the fizzled idea that would be absolutely amazing. Sunken Citadels are, silent hero of these decks, because with 4 off, you actually have so much mana for both Reefs and Fountainports, and even Demolition Fields, that you can do so much on so little. You have seen that basically we activated this for 2 mana in a way, because we had double Citadel, and it makes a huge difference, because that allows you to play something during the turn and still go for the Reef, especially against Planeswalkers. It's a really big difference. And yeah, we can also flip Invasion of Amonkhet. We don't have too many creatures, we kinda hope that our opponent has them, but we have Sheoldred for this reason, so not only you have 3, but also 4 here. So in total you can have 7 Sheoldreds. That sounds like a winning game. I wanted to, maybe skip on Jace, because our game plan is pretty solid without it, but I'll tell you, after playing today games, Jace is absolutely necessary. Maybe even go for 3 Jace, because it makes closing games so much easier, and Reefs definitely also help a lot. Like Reef, Invasion of Amonkhet and Jace actually makes such a big difference on milling your opponent that it goes way faster than usually. And let's address the elephant in the room, because this version does not run sweepers, that you probably noticed. And I'll be honest, I actually didn't have any problems with this. I didn't play too many games, and I didn't see boars, which will be probably the one matchup where you really need the sweeper. Against Mono Red and all the like rabbit decks or something, you can actually fight fight them because you have so much removal, so much bouncing, and so much card with Campaign and Amonkhet that will also hit their value that you can trade one for one, especially if things like Jace and Sheoldred that have a really good way of smoothing it out, in your benefit somehow. However, against Boros, I think that you really need a sweeper. If you don't see too much Boros in your other games, I think this deck can absolutely beat Mono Red because you have 4 Disfigures, 4 Go for the Throats, and even bounce spells just to make it more painful. Normally bounce spells aren't the best because your opponent still gets the creature, right? However, with all the buffing that is going around, you always hit something that they buff, right? So you still trade card for card, and yeah, the creature is reset after it's bounced, like a mouse or something. So sometimes it's even better because you don't get hit by the death trigger, and at this point they probably have like 1 card in the hand or something. So yeah, it's actually pretty surprisingly good. And with Render Inert, we have it for Invasion of Amonkhet because we don't have too many ways to flip it except Reef and Shore that hits. But yeah, I think it's worth it. You can also just go with some different cards, but this also doubles as a Planeswalker removal because they don't have life. They like a gamer, they have loyalty counters, so yeah, you can kill Planeswalkers with this and also draw a card, so pretty good deal. So yeah, that's it for today. I talked a lot because it's Dimir, so at this point it's a habit. So I hope you guys enjoyed, both games and the outro and the Mythic promo. So thank you for watching as always, and see you guys tomorrow.